Okay, so we're going to continue to talk about posture imbalances, how to correct posture, how to work on posture with your clients in the gym or in a therapy setting. So we've got Will here who's going to help me as a model, a demo for a lot of the exercises. So what I'm thinking, what I've got in my head here is to show you a sequence, that can take somebody maybe that's sitting all day in their office in maybe poor posture or whatever, to think about that for them, to address that for them, but then to take them into a gym situation and to help them in that situation as well, to promote better posture. We're going to refer to some of the things we've already referred to. So upper cross syndrome, rounding of back, lack of extension through the mid-back, that thoracic spine, lack of rotation through the thoracic spine. So we're going to try and address all of those things in some fairly low-level exercise to start with, progressing it to standing, more complex exercise. So here we go. So we're going to start. So I'm now, imagine me in the gym, maybe better in the clinic situation, in a therapy clinic, and I'm talking to my client about posture. So as a basic exercise to start with, we're going to think about an exercise referred to, or it's called, Brugger's relief. Brugger was the guy who invented it. And it's a relief because it's a relief from all of the sitting in a more hunched posture, typing away at computers, getting all stressed and stuff, all the stuff we don't want to do. So this is Brugger's relief. So all I want you to do, maybe think about that posture, that poor posture, and how you're going to correct that. But have your hands just sort of by the side of you. So thumbs are turned out, yeah? And all that does is sort of just encourage us to open our shoulders a little bit. We don't need to force it. We just need to take those hands there. Perfect. Okay, that's super. Low back is just in a nice neutral position. Nothing fancy going on there. Now, all I want you to do is, in this situation, I want you to just put on a chin tuck. So chin tuck is straight back. It's not down, it's not here. It's straight back, and we create double chins. Clients love doing the chin tuck in front of you. And all that's going to do is to work against that forward head carriage. So just breathe normally. There we go. Maybe take a few breaths and think about breathing in, out through the mouth, and just relaxing into that. Think about that chin tuck. Let's really get that chin tuck nice and good. Now you can see with the chin tuck, one of the key things here is it's opening up, isn't it? Stopping all of that. So it's opening up that thoracic extension. It's particularly well focused on the suboccipital area here, where we get a lot of tension, headaches, to work that area. Great postural exercise. So people are sitting at their desk, have a go at this every couple of hours, every hour, or whatever, just as a relief from that. Something that they can do in the workplace, something they can do in the gym as well, I guess. Okay, Will, fantastic. Next, we're going to progress that a little bit. We're going to go to the wall angel. Okay, this is great exercise. A little bit closer with the feet. That's it, super. So we're going to take this position, okay, with the arms up, sort of, crucifix kind of position, I guess. But then what we're going to do is we're going to make sure we flatten. Just let that back relax for me a second, Will. Yeah, so what I saw earlier on, Will, is that there was quite a big gap here. So we've got him to posterior tilt to take that gap out. Now he's going to put the head against the wall, and then he's going to chin tuck straight back, even, there we go, that's better. Okay, take a deep breath in through the nose, out through the mouth. As you do that, Will, arms up, hands together at the top. Keep a little bit more flexion in there. There you go. What I want you to do is think about forcing those elbows back, keeping that chin tuck on. Really work at that low back for me. Perfect. Has to work quite hard at that, which suggests he's a little bit in that lordotic state. But that's great. Keep it there. It's an endurance exercise. He struggles with this shoulder more than he does with this. These are the sorts of things you've got to be noticing with your clients. Why is that? You could do other assessments to maybe suss that out. Okay, chin tuck's fading. And relax it down. Well, okay, and take the arms down. What he should feel is quite a lot of work. Feel it? Yeah, in that sort of mid-back, upper back area. So he's working those postural muscles that have got weak through that upper cross syndrome. Okay, and often get weak and neglected in a gym situation. So do these in the gym. You know, do them at the beginning to set your posture. Do them at the end to take that away from you. Out of the gym. I used to encourage my daughter She used to come to the gym with me, won't go anywhere near a gym with me anymore. But she used to do all that postural stuff and she loved it. She was, you know, she wants good posture. So great stuff. Okay, another great postural exercise here. I believe this one's referred to as Coulson's, again, after the person who came up with it. Lying on our back, what we're going to do is we're going to put a posterior tilt on. Okay, so we're flattening that back against the thing, against the floor. And here, again, you'll see that the arms are turned out, so the thumbs are out. Again, to sort of encourage those scapula to come together. So we're sort of back and down a little bit. We're depressing the shoulders as well a little bit. And all I want Will to do here is I want him to put that chin tuck on while he maintains that, low back. I want him to take a deep breath in through his nose, breathe it out through his mouth. As he does, I want him to try and grow. So he's going to push his head. Let's keep that chin tuck in. So he's going that way. There's no actual movement, but he's really trying to grow. Chin tuck on. There we go. Good. Grow, 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 and relax. What that's exerting, I don't know if you felt that, Will, is like a little bit of a traction on the spine. Yeah. And it's trying to sort of, again, correct that flex posture through the mid-back, the neck position, all of those things. Nice exercise, okay? So that's Coulson's. Super, okay. So if you now come over and maybe turn into a sort of kneeling position there, actually, we'll start you in a slightly different position if we can. So we're going to come over by the bench. Yep. I'm going to move the mat around. So if you could just kneel there for me. So we've sort of worked on posture to this point. So you're going to face the bench, Will, if you would. That's it. Super. So we're coming a little bit closer, mate. That's it. Elbows on. And we're going to take this dowling rod like so. Now I'm just going to move around, Will, a little bit. So all I want you to do here, Will, is maybe bring those flexy elbows a little bit more. What I want you to think about is extension through that mid-back, okay? Good. So you're going to be pushing up with the hands, trying to feel that stretch through the lats as well. There we go. Head's in a nice neutral position. Now come up, relax, round the back a little bit there. Just feel that. Good. And then go back into that extension. Bring the elbows together a little bit more. There we go. That's it. Push it up. There you go. Feel that extension in the mid-back there. Okay, so we talked about that lack of thoracic extension. This is sort of the preacher position, I guess. And that's what we're trying to encourage here. Work against that flexion. Promote a bit of extension through the thoracic spine. Also get a bit of a stretch through the lats as well, which is always nice. Okay, mate, that's brilliant. And relax it there. Super. Okay, so we're progressing our exercises. All sort of focused on, yes, posture, but also some mobility through the thoracic spine. So let's work on that a little bit more. Okay, so if you go to a sort of, yeah, that's it, kneeling position. I think we'll start with the threading the needle one, which, if you remember, is to reach through. There you go. That's super. And then come back towards me and rotate it. There you go, and watch that hand up. That's perfect. And let's just try and go the other way for me, Will. Okay, yeah, nice and strong. Keep the abs nice and braced. That's it. Good, and follow it through. Okay, so we're getting a nice bit of rotation there. That's called thread the needle. That's a bit of a physio exercise there, and a very good one. We can just soften those elbows just a tad. Yeah, that's it. Good. Okay, now if you sort of rock back onto your heels a little bit, in that position, go down onto your forearms, Will. So you're like that. All I want you to do now is put your hand on the back of your head. Okay, and I want you to rotate back towards me. No other way. There you go. That's it. Now open up. Maybe you can be a little bit higher there if you can. There you go. Super. Okay. So like a kneeling rotation for the thoracics. Nice, nice, nice. And then back you go. Try it the other way. Good, good, good. Okay. So again, focusing on that rotation. Remember we said that thoracics are very important to rotation. In our earlier video, we did a bit of testing of Will. He was slightly tighter one side, going to one side than the other. These are the things that might help to address that. Okay, so we've done the thread the needle. We've done the, we could have maybe done this one a little bit earlier, but it doesn't matter. So we're going to use our foam roller. Let's do our nice bit of thoracic extension, okay? So I'm sure you all had a go at this at some point. Quite relieving when you've had a hard day at the office to come back, lie in front of your telly and do a few of these, okay? So all we're going to do is we're going to keep our feet on the ground, keep our backside on the ground, okay, and we're just going to extend. Don't overextend in the neck there. There you go, that's better. Okay, and we're just going to focus in on the thoracics. We're not going to roll it up and down. Just back you go. Just do a few repeats. Keep that head in a neutral position. That's good. Don't overextend. Super. A few of those. Maybe reposition it slightly, Will, as you see fit. Maybe take it a bit higher, a bit lower. Try different areas within that sort of thoracic spine. Yeah, maybe try a bit more lower thoracics. There we go. That's good. Yeah. Don't you have to extend to a degree, but just think about keeping the back, protecting the back, not overextending too much, and back you go. Again, 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 again. There we go. Nice. There. Super. Okay. So a bit of thoracic extension with a foam roller. Nice. Another rotation-based one. This one will be referred to as the open book. So let's see if we can remember this one. So yeah, we're going to bend the top leg to 90 degrees. That's sort of to take the hips out of this a little bit and focus the effort in the thoracic spine. So there he is with his closed book. Now he's going to open that book and he's going to rotate. Oh, that's beautifully done. I tell you what, you're much better at that now than you were earlier. Yeah, hopefully the exercises are actually helping. Right, okay, that's good. And swap. Yeah, let's have a look at it so people can see it from the opposite side. There we go. And open that book for me. Super. Yeah, nice. Okay, don't lose your foam roller. There we go. We just pop him in there. That's it. Good. Okay, and back you come. Super. Thank you, Will, if you jump up. So you can see that, obviously you're not going to stick all these exercises in every routine, but you can choose a couple. You can integrate it into routine along with some nice postural stuff.